Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Tony Northrup.
And you're watching News, Booze, and Reviews. And this episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for creating a fast and easy business website or portfolio.
Or personal website.
Or personal website.
Any sort of website if you want it to be awesome.
If you want something awesome, that's a website. You should try Squarespace. Also, if you want 15% off,
go to squarespace.com/Tony.
Yeah.
And then use the coupon code
Photo
News.
I remembered it
yes,
this time.
We have 3 coupon codes
It's
now.
been a long day. It's been a real long day. We don't even have booze today, so I guess I can prove to everyone that I'm not drunk all the time. I'm just a crazy idiot.
Yeah, but we're going to hit the booze real soon.
We are?
I am. I can't speak for you,
I
I
don't
guess.
see any.
Well, here's what we've been doing today. We just got in the Sigma 50, that's not it. The Sigma 50mm f1.4 lens.
Oh, we got a lot of practice on it today. We did a photo shoot with our favorite model, Other Chelsea.
This is a $950 lens that doesn't zoom. It is the sharpest lens we've ever used.
Yeah, it's incredibly sharp.
Cheat the results a little bit.
Yeah.
We put it up against 2 other 50mm.
Yeah, the Canon f1.4.
Fantastic plastic.
Yeah.
$100. This is an amazing lens too. It's a 50 f1.8. And as you mentioned, the f1.4, which is like $350 and is like our go-to lens for street photography and an awful lot of work. And we've always loved it, even though it's just kind of flimsy and plastic.
So you'll have to stay tuned for that video because we put all 3 up against each other and we're going to tell you if it's worth spending the extra $600 to get the Sigma instead of the Canon.
I will say these Sigma art lenses, they you know it when you hold them.
Oh, they feel wonderful.
They feel so much better than even the Canon L lenses. I think. I don't think I've ever felt better.
It's the difference, like when you get in a luxury car and the door just closes softer and you're like, oh, I'm in something special. That's kind of like those lenses.
Speaking of Sigma, they also loaned us the 24-105 again, and we reviewed it and loved it so much that we could choose pretty much any lens for our upcoming trip to Europe. And I thought if I had to have one travel lens for commercial work, it would be the 24-105. I would have every lens on the market. It beat the Tamron 24-70 and the Canon 24-70. This was what we wanted for travelscapes, landscapes, and just walking around. Versatile, unbelievably sharp, just a great value. So thank you, Sigma, for loaning it to us. You want to tell them tell them what we're doing in Europe?
Yeah, we're going to Turkey and Amsterdam and Brussels and Luxembourg and France as well. And we're going to be making a travel show. So if you love travel and you love photography, we're going to be telling people what to pack, all the different difficulties you'll run into between internet Wi-Fi and which lenses to bring and even clothes to pack. I mean, we've traveled enough taking photography where we have run into every problem.
Yeah, we've gone to more than 15 countries just for that book.
Yeah.
And we traveled plenty before we started writing Stunning Digital Photography.
Right, yeah, so
you'll get to come along with us.
Not to mention, I'm going to tell you the best restaurants to go to.
Yeah, we'll eat, we might drink a little.
The best drinks, probably the best cocktails.
Yeah.
And the best places to take pictures. So you'll have to stay tuned for that series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole season of it. We brought on an Academy Award-winning producer to help us piece it together and do a good job at it. Yeah.
Doug is incredible. He's the nicest guy and he's so talented.
So we should have even better production values. Yeah, it should look great. Speaking of that trip, some more new gear that we got. I got 2 of these little Zoom H1s. If you ever do video work and you think the audio on your camera is terrible, these are like small and $100. And you can just throw them down on the table and synchronize the audio later. Or with a little adapter, you can stick it right in the hot shoe of your camera and just have it wire it in. Anyway, they're just incredibly powerful for the size and cost.
We're going to be trying those on our trip.
Yeah, and we're just going to run lav mics in there. But it's much easier than trying to deal with the wireless transmitters and receivers that we usually use. Just smaller and lighter, great for travel.
I'm also excited about this. It's kind of like a monopod, but you can hold it and hold your camera out. So I'm going to be taking some great selfies on our trip.
Yeah.
Who needs you? I got this.
We'll see who needs me when you're carrying that 50-pound bag around.
You're going to be like my pack mule for my gear?
I usually am.
That's true. I'm a very spoiled photographer. So, yeah, exciting. We get to tell people how this gear treats us.
Well, we've had a crazy week for a couple of reasons. My crop factor video blew up and people loved it and people hated it.
It was very polarizing.
Yeah, it sure was.
It actually made people hate us personally, which is always kind of satisfying in a weird way.
I thought it was so weird that I made a video centered around mathematics and mathematical proof.
Mathematics make people angry!
And people just come back at me, wrong. It's like I did a mathematical proof for you and you can't just say wrong.
I liked
But they did.
What was the article people cited that said the same exact thing as what you were saying, and they didn't read it?
No, they just...
Like, you could tell they didn't read it because all of the arguments were the same, but they just read some other article where the person writing the article disagreed with Tony, and then cited the other article. What was the article called?
It was at Admiring Light, but I don't remember the name of the article.
Yeah.
But it completely, me and that guy, we agree on everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people...
But you're still wrong. I mean, look at you.
Yeah, just look at me. Ron thought I was wrong.
Ron.
Well, check out Ron's video if you haven't seen it yet. I think it'll probably be up first. Oh, and the other big thing was Velveeta. If you missed it. We covered this in our live show.
That was really fun.
But Velveeta here used a series of pictures that Chelsea took with me as the model.
Yeah.
So we both model and take pictures, but Chelsea's a better model than me. So mostly her pictures end up getting publicized. But this time I blew up and I was all over Velveeta's Mother's Day campaign. And that was a ton of fun. You can see it was just huge. And not only was it big, but like the campaign itself got a lot of media coverage.
Yeah, it got news coverage. 2 people called you for interviews from different websites and news sources.
I did 3 interviews about it, just about the campaign itself. And Velveeta very kindly sent us a little care package, which totally surprised me. I never expected anything like that.
Yeah, let's show them what we got.
Yeah, check it out.
We'll show you a little video of us opening it. Dear God.
Wow.
What is... Oh my God.
Tortilla
They
chips.
sent us a bowl, too.
This is a lens.
Is that to put on our camera so there's always Velveeta in our shots?
I don't know.
What is happening? Oh, there's a note.
What is this?
I don't really know what's happening. This is the weirdest. They're so weird.
Oh my God. Inside the lens is Velveeta.
Look.
Ah!
They printed. This is a photo of me just before I wrote you that letter I attached to this photo. Oh, he wrote the letter. No wonder why the letter's so weird.
He wrote the letter?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, they used that picture. I knew they would use that picture. That's the worst picture I've ever taken. This is a lens. They must have custom made this for us.
Yeah, but can you put it on the camera?
No, because the optics are made of cheese food. The optical qualities just aren't the best. It's delicious, but there's a lot of vignetting.
Can you put it on our camera?
I don't know what that mount is, but I want to put it on the camera. Wow, all right. Thank you, Velveeta. I feel like I should look in here for secret stuff. I was looking for a new suitcase, so I'm totally traveling with this.
The letter is written from your alter ego.
This is a whole new level of crazy. I don't have to tell you that it's not always easy being the actual guy in stock photos. Sometimes when I go for a walk in the autumn or when I'm at work at my job where I sit at a desk operating a calculator, I think of you and wonder what your real, not stuck inside a photo life must be like. Are there moments in between stock images I'm in? I mean, I don't even remember interviewing for this calculator job. I don't know if anyone else even works in the office. It's all a mystery to me. You seem to have an amazing life. I envy you, Tony. I imagine you get to have conversations with your lovely wife in the real world instead of being stuck in the same endless loop of argument and happiness, which seems to comprise the entirety of my relationship with stock photo wife. I've also been carrying this box of Velveeta in my pocket of the cardigan for as long as I can remember and not being able to taste it. It's driving me crazy. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the kitchen juggling fruit. And the fruits are all the moments of my life, and it's like I'm keeping all the fruit in the air for now, but I can't help thinking that if I look away for even a second, they'll all come crashing down. And there's not even anyone. I talked about this because I don't have any stock where I appear to be talking to a qualified therapist. All right, well, that's on the list of things to do. Well, I don't need to tell you this about this stuff. I mean, you created this life for me, and I have faith that you must have had a reason. I am this guy's God, I guess. I really just wanted to send this lens as a thank you for everything. Time to get back to work. This calculator isn't gonna work itself, right? Have a great day, Tony. Thanks for creating this life for me. Enjoy the lens. Warmest regards, stock photo guy. I imagine I would like me eating queso out of that bowl with this spoon and those chips. And hey, look, if my hands get dirty, I imagine these hand wipes would do the trick.
There are hand wipes in here.
Oh.
But like, how are we gonna eat all of this?
Well, look, I don't even need to share.
You're just gonna eat it yourself?
Thanks, Velveeta, and look forward to those new stock photos coming just as soon as we get back from Europe.
So as you can see, they went above and beyond. They made us a Velveeta box lens. That's priceless. Pretty nice.
We should take a moment and thank Squarespace for sponsoring the show and paying for it.
What about Velveeta? Do you think Velveeta would sponsor a show?
I don't know. Squarespace, you're on notice. You got competition now.
News, reviews, and queso. Just as
That can work. We can make this work.
that would be an ugly show. I just have Velveeta dripping down, crunching. I can only imagine the comments we'd get for that.
Well, for now, we're stuck with the best web hosting provider around,
We
Squarespace.
certainly think so.
Yeah, we both use it for our portfolios, and their layouts are absolutely stunning. They fill the screen for you and make your pictures look so much better than they would otherwise.
I don't do this often, but sometimes I'll show people my portfolio on my phone.
Yeah, that
'Cause
happens.
I am a dweeb. Well, they'll ask.
Yeah.
Very rarely people ask. You have to take them up on the opportunity. And then I go to my portfolio. It's so easy. First of all, I just type my name into Google, and it's like the first thing that pops up is my portfolio.
Yeah, they're good at search engine optimization. You don't have to be.
Some weird things pop up too, like Chelsea Northrup age. So I know you guys have been trying to figure out how old I am. And I told you, I'm 53. Like, you stop Googling it. But anyway, so it's the first thing that comes up. I go there and it's all formatted nicely for my phone, so my pictures actually look good. And the page is easy to navigate on your phone too. I hate when they just put a mini version on the website on your phone and you have to like press these tiny buttons.
Yeah, you have to like zoom in to try to hit it.
I have big like
everything's
Shrek
mobile
fingers,
friendly.
so it doesn't work. But yeah,
And you can pick from a bunch of different templates, and they're all automatically optimized for mobile devices. And, you know, there's nothing technical about it. It's really drag and drop, even though it ends up technically stunning. But if you do run into problems, they have this amazing support department that will get right back to you and help you solve any problems that come up.
I haven't tried to use them, but we should, just to see if...
I used them, the Care Bear layer. They got right back to me.
They did?
Yeah, I had a couple just random issues that were totally my fault.
How dare you?
They fixed it for me anyway, and they didn't make me feel stupid about it. So that's really all you can hope for with
I've seen
tech
a lot of
support.
people switch to the portfolios are getting better. Like
really
we
are.
started with like a 70s wood paneling background. Things are getting streamlined. Things are getting nice.
More and more when we do portfolio reviews, more and more people are just submitting them on Squarespace, which we love because at least the design part of it isn't going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So they're our hosting provider, and if you want to check them out, there's no risk. No credit card required for 14 days. You can do it completely free. Go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code
Photo news.
PhotoNews, and
Yeah.
you get some amount off.
I think it's 10%.
10%? I don't want to misquote it. It's at least 10% off.
I think
It's
we
a great
should-
deal, and it helps the sponsor know that you're hearing about them through us. So in that
Yeah.
way, it helps us and helps us keep making shows. So please do check them out because we can't do it without Squarespace. We really appreciate it. I have one more piece of gear that I want to show off.
Why?
I replaced my iPhone. I've been the biggest fan of the iPhone,
I'm jealous.
but I got a Galaxy S5 specifically because I wanted the camera. It has this like fantastic 16 megapixel camera, and it does 4K video. So look, there's Chelsea there. And so far, I think it's absolutely fantastic. I really like it. And honestly, they're not a sponsor or anything. I just paid for it out of pocket.
Sure, fanboy.
Oh, I see who's paying Tony now.
Oh yeah, guess they're raking in the dough now.
It kicks the butt of my iPhone.
It kicks the butt of your iPhone. This area. This butt area.
Yeah,
of
it
the-
kicks the iPhone butt. It's just so much better. It's a 1080p screen, so it's bigger and clearer. It's nice and fast. And, you know, things on the iPhone, they don't let people change the iPhone very much. You can't replace your lock screen. You can't replace your keyboard. But you can do all of that on this. You can replace it with a custom keyboard, and you can drop widgets that show you the weather right on your home screen. And anyway, I think it's just brilliant. So
This
I'm happy
camera's
with it. Do
nice.
check it out. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it's good enough that we can use it in our videos as a B-roll camera.
Cool.
I think we should go take a look at some people's pictures.
Let's do it.
All right, thanks so much. If you want us to review your pictures, be sure to get Stunning Digital Photography or a DVD training series. Then register using the instructions in the introduction and go to sdpcommunity.com after you register and submit your picture on the pictures menu, and we will review it eventually. Can take us a little while. We get a little backlog, but we will get to your picture. Thanks. Speaking of our Europe trip, our live show is going to be on hiatus for a couple of weeks because we'll be out of town, and I don't know that we'll be able to get enough bandwidth to be able to do it properly. But be sure to subscribe and follow our Facebook page. We'll announce when we'll be back. It'll just be a couple of weeks, so we'll be back in June. Thanks. All right, here's another reader review from an airport. This one's much quieter, a Turkish airport.
Yeah.
In Istanbul. Here we have a gorgeous landscape photo with just multiple layers and lots of depth. There's like infinite depth of field here. Oh, they shot it at f/22. That's why that's pretty good. You can see like it's pretty incredible to get the wood here in the front and this building in the back, both nice and sharp, nice and done.
Yeah, I like the framing that they use. It's uncluttered, but they still give me a good idea of the scene.
Yeah, and I love the flowers. I think it's a perfect landscape shot. I love they use the lines here perfectly to just add some interest in the foreground.
It's nice. It's cool.
It's cool. I say cool too much. This is another really nice landscape shot. And
it looks like a Thomas Kincaid painting.
Well, it does. It almost has that glow to it.
Yeah.
And I don't actually know why it has that glow.
I think it's just something with the processing, I think.
You think so? Yeah. Sometimes it'll happen if your lens is a little dirty or something, but that's all right. It's good. And I like the line of the water here. These buildings in the background are just a perfect focal point.
Yeah, the water is a nice leading line to the buildings in the background. The composition is nice. It looks properly exposed. It's a nice photo. ISO 100. You could try doing a longer exposure there to blur the water, but I don't think it's necessary. I have nothing to tell you to improve. Nicely done. He's really, we laugh. He's making a crazy little face.
Yeah, birds always look a little insane when they look straight at you. He looks like one of those Muppet guys from the balcony.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nice and sharp.
It's actually a little bit soft. I think that it might be focused. Look around his body. Let's see where the sharpest focus is.
I mean, you're right that it's a hair sharp, but I don't actually see that they missed focus. Oh, see, they're using the 70 to 300 lens. I think that's about as sharp as that lens gets, but I think it's decently sharp. It's
also hard to tell because he's looking at us.
Yeah.
If he had his head to the side, it'd be easier to get his entire face in focus.
Usually you do want to keep shooting until they give you a profile. Sharpening doesn't add detail, but it does give the appearance of things being sharper. So sometimes you can add a little sharpening to. Most wildlife photos are sharpened a little bit.
See, to me, this looks really sharp. His tail and everything.
Oh, maybe they misfocus a little bit. That's the kind of thing where you just have to keep refocusing and shooting, and then. For a bird like this, I would take 100 pictures and just pick the best one.
And this post in the background is just making the picture a little bit cluttered. So maybe we should just crop it off right there. Use the...
just get real tight on them?
Yeah, maybe. Just because the rule of space was being violated. And... I like it a little better cropped closer.
Yeah, and the tighter crop is definitely a picture that more people on, say, Facebook would like. Makes a better thumbnail. Alright, we have a nice water drop picture here with just a beautiful reflection in the background. I love the way the flowers shine through it. That's what makes it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Sometimes what you can do is actually manage to focus on the reflection, because I think you focused on the foreground here. Just something to think about. But gorgeous colors.
It might be interesting to have focus stacking so that they could get both.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they're already at 2 seconds in f/16. That's with our little 50mm f1.8.
It is beautiful. I like that shot.
Wow, another gorgeous kind of landscape shot here. The tree that matches. Oh, the red up here and the red down here.
And then the red on the gate. Ties it together.
So the first thing that pops out at me is that a big part of the picture is taken up with this empty path. And I think you could change that by just getting a little bit lower and pointing your camera up a little bit more. So you could keep this tree here and this gate here, would effectively move the gate down, and because you'd be viewing this at a steeper angle, it would become smaller and smaller, and we'd get to see more of these trees up here.
I'm wondering if that would be good though, because I like the negative space that the path makes. Because it's a cluttered picture as it is.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I would just be adding more clutter to it.
Yeah.
I guess what I liked was the trees up here and the gate, as well as the balance provided by this big tree.
It's a peaceful picture, and I don't think that it needs another focal point, but it would be nice to see. This would be a beautiful backdrop for a portrait or something, to have somebody standing here. Or if you had two people walking down the path just to complete the story. But it's still very nice.
Using one of our Olympus Micro Four Thirds cameras.
Great shot.
Oh yeah, what a great action shot.
No criticism for me. That's a good one.
No, it's perfect, and these kind of shots can be really difficult to catch and to get in focus. Good shutter speed, good aperture, get plenty of depth of field. Here we have kind of a use of patterns.
My only criticism of this shot is that the baluster in the foreground is in shadow, and that's the one that has the focus on it. That's where he focused.
Right.
So maybe what he could have done is focus on the second baluster that was well lit instead of the one that was in the shadow. And other than that, I might try it in black and white just to focus on the form instead of the color.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Also, I've never heard the word baluster before. These things are called balusters?
Yeah.
I just never introduced a new word to my vocabulary. It definitely changes it.
I like it better in black and white.
Pretty drastically change the appearance by altering the reds too. Make it dark or bright.
I like the way it was. The reason I like it in black and white is because then you're focusing more on the pattern and the shadows and the light.
I think the only thing that's bugging me is this right here, this right edge. Because your eye goes right there with the pattern and then it's just not rewarded with anything. What if we let the pattern go off?
A little too cramped for me.
You don't like that, huh?
Mm-mm. Maybe I just open it up to the edge of the wall.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's really just that line past the wall that feels like a distraction.
That's nice.
Wow. She seems to really be rocking out. I don't know if she's fiddling so hard she's making smoke. Cool outfit. Cool scene.
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
What do you think about the smoke processing?
The what?
I think the smoke is a special effect. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that it's like, it's very much a look. To me, it looks like an effect.
Yeah.
But that's also the style, so I think that it works. It might be cool. It might be cool to try like smoke bombs or something too, to see if they like a more natural look.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I guess the processing choices are up to them. Might be a bit much for my taste.
All right. This is overexposed.
Yeah, and I think what they were trying to do is get a white background. And so they kept adding more and more light, but they were adding light on the foreground.
Yeah, let's crop it like it's hot first. Let's get that worked out.
Okay, you want to go like right into the hairline?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we got the chair is kind of bugging me now. I don't know how that'll be able to fix that. Yeah, well, I guess that actually is restoring some more natural skin tones to it, but okay, so general high key stuff, we covered this in chapter 6. Move her further away from the background, put a light on the background. That'll hide the wrinkles, because you're always going to have some wrinkles, and then you end up doing some photoshopping too. It looks like she has nice lights on her face. Though.
Can you zoom in more, or is that zoomed in? She has beautiful eyes. So the focus might be on the tip of her nose.
Yeah, I think we...
Go to her mouth.
It does look like her eyes are a little bit out of focus. So, 70 millimeters in f2.8. I wouldn't think the depth of field would be that shallow here. But it definitely is, like her hair is slightly out of focus. You know, one of the nice things about controlling your background is you can use a higher f-stop number. So I'm confused. They're at ISO 1600 with what looks to be studio lights, but maybe they're continuous lights.
Oh yeah, they could be continuous lights.
Because usually, if you have lights like that, the whole point is that you get to shoot at ISO 100.
Yeah.
You get clean and noise-free images.
Well, zoomed out, it looks nice and sharp. And I will say, a lot of people might disagree with this, but one thing I've noticed, the portrait photographers that are really, really popular just use a ton of filters, and clients want that. I've given clients excellent pictures before, and they just want me to put some cheesy Instagram filter on it. If you don't want to go that way, I totally respect that, but it helps smooth out the skin and everything, and it gives that. There's a lot of fads in photography. If you're a working photographer, it helps to give in to them a lot of the time, and a nice filter on her to just kind of soften her could work well here.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what to recommend with the lights. I mean, add a background light, but I think I want to see the lights higher up too, because right now they're about eye level and below. You can see from the reflections in her eyes, and what's happening is it's not casting a shadow under her chin.
Oh, yeah.
So if you had them a little higher up, then you'd get a nice shadow, and I think you'd have nicer and more definition to the cheekbones too, and I think that would make a big difference.
Yeah. But we gave this person a lot of criticism. It is a nice photo.
Yeah, it happens to kind of be our area of expertise, but yeah, it turned out nice, and we want to just give you a few things to work on next, but you're on the right track. You're doing most everything right.
Madeline would love this shot.
Yeah. And you caught him with their neck out, which is pretty cool.
It's crazy.
Just trying to find a partner. Beautiful background blur. It looks like nice crisp focus. Perfect picture. Great colors. No changes here. You like that you managed to include the tail.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave a little more room over here. Wow. You nailed the symmetry on this. And I like that. It just kind of turns off into the distance. I like the cool colors.
Yeah. Cool shot.
Oh, it must be a night shot. 30 seconds. Yeah, well, thanks for getting out there at night. It did have some sort of ethereal look to it, and I think it might just be that it's relying on moonlight and such. So here we have what looks like a beach portrait, but the lighting looks beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
And usually when you're on the beach, you just get terrible light.
Nice. She looks nice and soft without looking...
over-processed
or
waxy.
Yeah.
The light is great. I'm trying to figure out exactly how they did it. Is it just an overcast day?
It looks like they have a flash or something, because there's a light right in the center of her eyes.
Yeah, it just doesn't...
Or maybe she's just lit from behind and the light source was low or something. Or...
It could be a few different things. It doesn't look like a reflector to me, but there might be...
so
maybe
even.
The sun is actually behind the photographer,
Oh,
but it's
you know
really
what
cloudy.
else that could be? She's in sand, which would be a huge diffuser.
Yeah, that could be. It looks like there's something high up, but sometimes it'll just be like a big building or something, but actually that might just be the sky.
Yeah.
Alright, 50mm f1.8 on a Pentax. Yeah, there's some flyaways, but that's kind of natural when you're outside. I think it looks okay. You got anything to suggest? It's a nice portrait.
Looks great.
Yeah. Another portrait day.
Yeah.
So she has a nice feminine head tilt, great shoulder turn.
Sorry about that.
The background blur is really nice. And, you know, I think if you're going to use on-camera flash, which we do sometimes because it's convenient, I think you use just the right amount. I'm not a huge fan of the catch lights that it gives. But, you know, for on-camera flash, that's what you get. And I think you did everything right.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I'm thinking about, this is controversial.
Balancing
not
it.
everybody, not everybody likes cropping into the hairline. But I'm a fan.
Oh, it's good.
Anyway. Alright. Already in black and white, so what are you going to do, Chelsea? You got nothing now.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I shot at f22. There's lots of contrast in the clouds. Oddly, nothing looks particularly sharp.
Or something? Well, even the sky has a lot of noise. What's going on? Maybe we just got a low-res photo from them?
I just don't know. Yeah, everything is noisy even though it's at ISO 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's
the filter they put on.
The copy of the photo that I got.
But I like the composition and the light.
Yeah. All right, family portrait. Got good expressions out of everybody.
Let's balance this crap a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how do you want to do that? You want to go square with it?
We could go square. It's already kind of square.
Yeah, it's pretty close to square. It might have been an 8 by 10. So you see what we mean, right? Because over here, there's more space than over here, so it feels a little unbalanced. And as it is, she's not quite center. She's over to the left a little, so it might actually have to push her into it. What do you think?
I feel like this little girl's cut off a little. I might unbalance her.
Yeah, over there?
Yeah.
Well, so that's square, but if you had to do 8 by 10 or something, that wouldn't work well.
Zoom in a little. What's going on with the catch light in their eyes?
I haven't zooming in so much. I guess that's it. She's just flat out of focus.
Yeah, because it's at f5, so you can't get everyone in focus with an aperture number that low. It's her. She's in focus.
Yeah. So you wanted to blur the background, which is a good thing with portraits. But with group photos, you got to use a high ref style. Remember, we covered that in chapter 6, the group photo section. And there's no one aperture because it depends on your focal length, how far away you are, how many people there are, how close their faces are together. You did a pretty good job of getting their faces all close to the focal plane. Sometimes you can have the person in the back kind of lean forward into the focal plane, and you did that, which is good, but she's still noticeably out of focus. It might not make a difference. I mean, if you don't make a big print, nobody's going to notice. But the background is really nice, and I think the lighting is great. How are they lighting this? Big. Well, it's a nice light. I'm not sure what it is. A big softbox or.
Yeah, I know it can be really difficult because you want to get the background blurred, but if you put the aperture number too high, then you don't have enough light, and if you don't have, like studio lighting on you, then you can't make light. What are we looking at?
We both forgot to record.
Are you kidding me?
We do have the mic here, and the sound isn't too bad, but let's go ahead and start recording.
Oh my god, we're such idiots.
Sorry about the sound.
So I was going to say, make your subjects stand farther away from your background, and then make sure that your subjects are in focus. And if you need to blur your background later, that's easier than trying to sharpen your subject later in post.
We could work with the light and getting good expressions.
Gorgeous photo.
Yeah, that really is pretty. You caught the action just perfectly. The backlighting is wonderful. Wow. It's a wonderful shot.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Nailed it. What can I say?
Nailed it. Wow.
All right. We have some flies making more flies. Just what I like to see.
Don't know. Because what do you say about this photo?
It's hot.
In focus. And it's disgusting. They're hairy. Why are flies hairy?
Don't be so judgmental. Right now you're hurting Jeff Goldblum's feelings.
Why are flies so hairy?
I feel like I should know the answer to that.
Well, you don't.
But I don't.
Oh, you know what it probably is to detect,
fly swatters.
Pretty much, to detect if something's coming near it.
Yeah, I think so. I know they have pretty amazing abilities with that stuff. But
it's incredibly sharp. Yeah.
It's kind of making you feel romantic, isn't it?
Yeah. Our anniversary is coming up. And I'm going to get you that framed for it. I love this guy.
That's like a pet to me.
He's pretty handsome.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot. Though I'm kind of missing blacks here. I know he's dark, so you don't want to lose him completely, but...
I think that's the processing style, because they have that whole kind of golden, soft, slightly matte. You gotta just let them
I guess it was bugging me.
The style.
That's the style they want.
Just let them...
Otherwise, Okay, fine. It's perfect. Wow. Gorgeous reflection.
Colin Harley.
Colin went for symmetry here by putting the horizon right in the middle. And what a gorgeous spot.
It's beautiful.
It must have been early in the day to get...
I think we've seen another picture like this from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the other one was beautiful, too. Maybe it was in the group. Ooh.
1/5 of a second. That's slow. Oh. Gorgeous. What else can I say?
Gorgeous.
Good balance.
What can we say?
Another nice landscape.
Yeah.
These guys look great.
We're a little low key. It's early. It's early. Well, it's not that early.
Well, and we're in a public place.
Lady, please come to the information desk. Miss Roisin Lady, to the information desk, please.
All right, look, Roisin Leggy, if you're out there.
Excuse me.
And did you have any suggestions for this? I think they did a good job.
Yeah. It looks like a postcard. It needs just a little llama in the corner with sunglasses on.
A little focal point. Or you're going panoramic already. I don't think it would hurt to go ahead and crop down a little bit more. I don't know.
I like it. It's beautiful.
All right, more dandelions.
Dandelion.
This bugs me a little bit because there are some thingies that are in the foreground and a little bit out of focus here.
Oh, you would...
I would, because he's controlling the background, it's probably just by using flash, but I'd go for a higher f-stop number. 0.3 seconds.
I like when people make a picture spicy, like put some movement in it, or action, or...
Yeah, you know what, that girl blowing on the dandelion, that was fantastic. It just added that one extra thing, but as far as getting a picture of a dandelion, you did a good job. The background looks perfect. Like I said, I would prefer a little more depth of field, but that's a matter of taste.
It's the same with this picture. It's really beautiful. It's so hard for us to be objective because we see so many pictures that it's easy to just lump all of the landscapes together.
Yeah.
You need something to stand out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Plus one thing, basically. For something like a landscape, often that one thing is going to be the sun or sunrise or llama.
God rays.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Is that some kind of warbler?
Yeah, it looks like a warbler to me. Nice work, Steve. That's a beautiful scene.
Zoom in there.
Yeah, often we just say to zoom in tighter. But I love the branch here.
Well, I was going to say, is that leaf the most in focus thing?
Oh, you think he misfocused a little bit? Yeah, it looks like he might have been focused a little bit behind. You know how to fix that. You just take lots of pictures, refocus. So he's at f10. He actually has plenty of depth of field.
Yeah.
So one thing, it is a very noisy picture, and you're shooting at ISO 800 and 1/1000th. You could definitely shoot this at 1/250th, and that would allow you to get down to ISO 200.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't have as much noise.
Also, there's a video in Chapter 8, Editing Wildlife Photos, that will show you how to clean up that noise without losing any detail.
We have a whole wildlife chapter. We have a whole landscape thing as well.
But you got the hard part down. The rest of that is pretty easy to fix. The hard part is getting close to a bird.
Have you considered covering yourself in peanut butter and then rolling in birdseed?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a typical Friday night for me. Because you gotta, work hard, play hard.
Work hard, play hard.
He's a real cutie. This
is an adorable dog. Yeah. I can't say anything bad about that.
No.
That makes me miss our dogs.
Yeah, our dogs miss us too. Great portrait. Oh, that's a nice portrait too. I like the kind of off-center composition. It's unusual. I like the toning on it.
I like the toning. Oh, I'm so sorry. I like the deep shadows.
Perfect clean background.
Yeah.
Hair doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
Everything's separated. You nailed it. I can't think of anything to suggest. Love it. Great, creative. All right, we have some sheep. This one, he's wearing hearing aids because his hearing's not that great.
He has the cutest little face.
Yeah, he might be the star of the photo.
I think he is because he's making eye contact. Yeah. I might just crop out the background a little bit.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. You're thinking of getting rid of those, but if we can't really crop it without changing the shape.
Change the shape. Change the shape.
You're a rebel, Chelsea. You're just cray. You're out of control. I always think of Scotland when I see sheep.
Now, let's do something totally nutso with this picture.
Oh no, Chelsea.
What? What?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Like, maybe it's just early. Maybe I'm a rebel. But I just feel like sometimes it's okay to go a little nuts because photography is supposed to be fun. And if you can't experiment and do something crazy, what's the point?
Photography is not fun. Photography is about sharpness.
No, yeah, photography is definitely all about camera specs and arguing on the internet over the sharpest lens. I don't know, I like that just better. It's like warmer. Like, they look so fluffy and cute and
they feel a little purple to me.
Purple's good.
Yeah, I guess if you're being cray, you can just make some purple sheep.
That's how I roll.
Wow, that is a gorgeous
Bill
scene.
Parker.
Oh,
I like
where
that.
does Bill live?
Florida.
I was gonna say this looks like the Everglades. Wow.
Cool.
God, I wish I were there.
You know who would be jealous of this is Hans Eric.
Why would he be jealous?
Because,
dude's in Africa, right?
yeah, but he's cornering the sunset market.
Oh, really? I didn't know he had exclusive rights to it.
Yeah, he is.
All right, watch out, Bill. You might get sued. I don't know what to say. This is a fantastic shot.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You got up early, or it feels like a morning shot to me for some reason, but I guess because birds are more out in the morning. Anyway, fantastic.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
All right.
This begs for black and white.
Really, I don't mind the color in the background, but yeah, you're right. Black and white was totally the right answer for that. PK. Beautiful shot. I like the use of negative space here. I think the lighting is gorgeous. He's handsome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture.
Good background blur. All right, some sort of natural history
This
museum.
also begs to be in black and white.
Yeah. I guess my first question is like, what exactly is this picture about?
Maybe it didn't work in black and white, actually.
It's a picture of a natural history museum, but there's not a particular focal point. Like, you might have this guy's skull be the focal point, or, you know, a kid looking at the skeletons. What do you think, Chelsea? And there's all this space up here.
Well, the
which
thing is,
isn't anything.
the photo is a bit disengaging, and the reason that is because we can't pick out any moment. So let's say this dinosaur here, you managed to get it in profile with this woman looking at it. Then we have a story. But right now, like, the form of this skeleton blends into this one, and the form of this skeleton into this one. Like, nothing is simplified.
Yeah.
Which I understand would be hard, except the ceiling is kind of simplified, so you could have gotten low and shot up. It's really hard. I know it's hard to take pictures of things like this, but...
Yeah, I guess I would just suggest picking out one particular focal point and kind of zooming in on it a little bit. Gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Perfect shutter speed. I love the way the water turned out. You caught some action, but wow. God, what a gorgeous place.
Let's go there.
Okay. I have no suggestion for you. Depth of field goes on forever, which is awesome. The lighting is gorgeous. You know, maybe if there were a puffy cloud up here, but it's not even necessary.
Maybe a man jumping off the mountain.
It sounds scary.
I like action.
Okay, well, you know we gotta level the horizon.
All right, you level it.
Since we've been in Turkey, I've been seeing a lot of like professional stock photos with the horizon just a little bit off level, and you know it drives me crazy. Of course, that required losing some of the sky, but that could be You probably have more in the original photo, and you can always go into Photoshop and just clone in the sky because it's just solid. I feel like the focal point here is the anchor, don't you think?
Yeah.
So you could accentuate that by just getting a little closer and kneeling down, like really putting it in the foreground. You could also move over a little to the right so the anchor and the rope would be kind of at a line like this. Might make some more interesting lines because it's unbalanced right now. It's all in the right half of the picture.
Yeah.
So if you shifted over to the right and turned your camera to the left a little bit, this anchor could appear over here, and then you'd see the rope over here, and then boat over here, and that would have more balance. What do you think?
I like the way you talk.
Beautiful sky.
Yeah. Maybe the colors are a bit oversaturated.
Yeah, they're pretty cranked up. So what's that?
It's just life.
I think
just
they
a
straighten
little
their
slice
horizon.
of life.
That's like the edge of the video game when you start to leave the map area. I think they rotated it and just missed a little bit, but you could just clone over that if you didn't want to crop it any further. And you know, whenever we adjust the saturation or vibrance, it never ends up looking right. But I guess Chelsea's saying she feels like it's a little bit overdone.
I don't know, maybe that was real. I just thought it was like maybe pumped up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I also say it feels a little unbalanced too. Like this doesn't quite terminate exactly in the middle.
I know what you want to do. You want to make this a panorama, don't you?
Oh, that would be one option. Though I kind of like the sky. I didn't mean to do that. Let's lock this down. Come on, mouse.
I don't know about this one.
You don't like that? Mm-mm. Why not?
I don't know. Unzoom, let me see what I'll tell you. Because I like the textures in the water. That's a part of the picture.
Okay, well, you're right. I would like the textures better. I guess I'm not saying that the crop is the right answer, but I'm saying compositionally he could have positioned himself so that the bridge was consuming this part of the frame while keeping the water in the foreground. I think that might have been more ideal. But maybe he tried that and he just liked the off-center composition better. All right, rocking an iguana, Johnny Butters.
That is a fantastic name.
Yeah, I like Johnny Butters. That is a good name.
Great picture too.
Yeah, perfectly sharp.
Johnny
Butters.
Nice, oh my god.
Background.
Why don't I have a cool name?
Yeah, that's as good as like Wolf Blitzer.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Man, you lucked out. Tony Northrup sucks compared to Johnny
Tony
Butters.
Northrup, I mean, I love you and everything, but that name is for boring people. And Chelsea Northrup, that just sounds like the whitest, most boring name in the world. Johnny Butters.
Johnny Butters. Johnny Butters is the guy you want to hang out with.
You
want to go have a malt with.
Johnny Butters, he steals a beer and then he gives it to you. And when he gets caught, he's just like, and everybody's like, that's Johnny Butters. And they just let him go. This is how I feel.
Yeah, when you hang out with Johnny Butters, you find like illegal stuff in your pocket because he slipped it in there.
Yeah. He's a badass.
I think I might just change my name to Johnny Butters.
Let's take it.
And yeah.
Can I be Joni Butters?
I'm just planting my Joni and Johnny Butters. I love that. Sounds like Sonny and Cher. I guess that's pretty level. Maybe my head is off level.
Your head's crazy.
Beautiful picture. Are these waves or clouds?
I think those are clouds. I think that
like the top of a mountain. Huh? Oh yeah, these are trees down here.
This seems dangerous.
Whoa, that's a house.
This seems reckless. This seems like something Johnny Butters would do.
Johnny. I'd actually like to bring the shadows up a little bit because.
Do it. Nobody's stopping you. This is.
I'm not.
Whoa.
You know, I did like the contrast, but the only thing I really want to change about the picture is I feel like it needs some scale. Because part of what I love about it is the huge scale and the fact that these are clouds. And this house provides the perfect scale, except you can barely see it.
Yeah.
So there might be some way in post-processing to bring that up a little bit, just to like dodge it.
I wish they would Photoshop me right here. We could probably do that easily.
Yeah, if you had a person there with their hands up, though, the scale is so huge. Beautiful shot.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
The light is really beautiful, but she does not look happy.
No, you know, Johnny Butters is right off camera, just doing the kind of things Johnny Butters does. And this girl,
is this Mohammed?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
No, he didn't. I don't think he changed his logo. I thought his name was Mohammed Al-Amir, but maybe not. This is.
It could be that there's more than one, but what a cute expression she has.
She's
crying. Oh, Johnny Butters, what did you do? God damn it, Johnny. Well, she's really cute, and
That's
the composition
cute.
is really nice, and
the light
you brought
is
out
beautiful.
an emotion, which makes it not a traditional portrait. Yeah, her
Gosh,
hair
this
is
picture
just
makes
lit
me
up.
sad. Let's keep going. It's getting depressing. This
is cool. There's kind of a story behind this. What is this? Like an oil derrick or something?
spooky to me. This is like the most dangerous jungle gym in the world. This is what Johnny Butters grew up playing on.
That's what made him Johnny Butters.
Poor Johnny.
Nice shot. I feel like the lighting needs to match the mood of this. If you were to get there like a little bit before dawn, you might see a thick fog over the water.
I think a long exposure at night smooth everything out in contrast to this like hard, creepy structure.
Yeah, and I'll say I also don't like these especially. What do you think about those things?
I think they should beat it. I think they should get lost.
Yeah. So anyway, just think about the mood a little bit, but I think it's a cool subject. Awesome. So this is clearly Mexico City.
Oh yeah. Zoom in.
Esquire's coffee.
Yeah. It's
Sensor
a
dust.
little bit underexposed, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Just looking at the histogram. I mean, it seems like night shots always end up underexposed. So I want to show some nice blacks just to help reinforce that it is a night shot. And I know a lot of people like the warm colors from the artificial lights, but I always like the lighting to be a little more natural.
I think that the warm colors work here because it's like very castle-y and old. It's almost like it's all candlelit.
Castle-y. It seems like it was taken with like a super wide angle lens and then cropped. Because notice all this distortion. Yeah, but you could fix that with the perspective tools and transform tools in Photoshop.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Whoa.
Gorgeous shot.
Where are you? Look,
Wow.
This is so cool.
Yeah, this is a wonderful shot.
This is different,
It's completely
too.
isolated.
This is what I've been asking for. I guess I shouldn't touch it. It looks really good. I need to try it in black and white anyway. I think it works both ways.
Yeah, the color wasn't really distracting to me, but
No.
wow. Favorite shot of the day.
Yes.
Really striking.
So beautiful.
Oh, that's a beautiful panorama. So this is a stitched panorama. I was kind of
Wait, is
inspecting
that?
the details. That looks like a little airplane.
It's a dude?
It's a flying dude. You can see some of the panorama artifacts. That always happens. It's really easy to clone that out. I'll do it for you.
That's
Whoa.
big.
Wow.
Whoa.
Sorry
off
about
the
that wild
rails.
ride. If that induced any nausea, I apologize. Oh, we're crazy today, Chelsea.
Oh my god, living La Vida Loca over here.
Oh. I completely...
Why'd you do it?
I didn't mean to go down this road for so long. So
we
check...
need bracelets. What would Johnny Butters do? And he
that
wouldn't
would
have
get
done
us
that.
arrested. You think airport security is not going to recognize the name Johnny Butters? It's right on their list. In fact, I hope nobody overheard us talking about him. It could be a problem. I'm not making it out of turkey.
We need to make a book, The Legend of Johnny Butters.
Johnny Butters is going to hate that. I'm sure he's just a regular guy who, his life went terribly wrong, and
What do you mean? What do you mean? I just imagine he's like sweet and normal, and we're just imagining some crazy person. But he has a leather jacket, right?
Oh, yeah, and he snaps a lot.
We gotta meet him. Let's
Yeah.
go to his house.
Johnny Butters, when he pushes the elevator button multiple times, it
Yeah.
actually moves faster.
I believe it. I bet he can open any jar the first try.
Johnny Butters doesn't need to use the moving sidewalks in the airports because he always slides like that.
He's cool, man. Are they boarding our flight?
I don't think so yet. It's only 10:30.
No.
So this is in London, right?
Nobody pays attention anymore.
There's no way to know. There are copies of this bridge everywhere. Gorgeous night photo. Exposure is perfect. I love the detail that you captured in the sky.
Can I tell you, did you know that the original London Bridge is in the United States? It's in Lake Havasu, all of the original bricks. So I guess we stole that.
Yeah, we stole a lot from
We steal
England, like their language and,
their tea.
you know, their colonies. But they just needed like a bigger army, or we're just going to keep taking their bridges and moving them to Havasu. We're slowly moving all of London to Havasu.
I've been taking one cobblestone per year.
One brick at a time. The whole palace is going to be there, and before you know it, you're queen. Yoink.
We better start working on the queen now. Wait, I think it's a little underexposed. Let's.
You want to expose it more? Yeah, I actually like that a lot. It brings
bring
up
up the sky, and now just bring down the highlights, because.
It's looking kind of neon.
There we go.
Beautiful. I love the starburst effect that you got out of the lights. Beautiful shot.
Starburst.
It seems like it was processed really cool, though. I assume that's deliberate.
We just
but-
can't win with you, can we?
Well, as long as it was deliberate.
Right? What? Okay. We have one more?
Well, we have more than one more.
Let's do one more. We're getting crazy. We're getting inappropriate. We're threatening to steal London one brick at a time.
Right, let's be clear, we are not threatening to steal London.
Someone accused me of harassing them just because I asked them something politely the other day.
What did you ask
It's
them?
only a matter of time before I asked them to follow the rules in our group, and they were like, "Whoa, you're impeding on my rights. Stop harassing me."
Oh, well, yeah, stop impeding on people's rights, Chelsea.
Well, fine, but you know, you don't want me to start playing dirty. It takes a lot of work. All right, what about this? What's going on here?
I think it's a stark composition. It highlights the sky and negative space, and I like it. It's a high-level picture. It's artistic. Any thoughts? I like the processing on it. I like it.
I don't know what's happening.
I guess I would just get into the details a little bit, because you really want to reinforce that kind of starkness, and we have like that's not really part of the starkness. So I would just go through and kind of clean up any little distractions in here.
I think maybe you already did that, and that's what all this is in the sky over here.
Yeah, I was wondering, there do seem to be weird artifacts, little things like that. You might also just denoise the background, just make it like buttery smooth. Just because
buttery.
Stop thinking of Johnny Butters. That helps to reinforce the kind of stark scene that you're going for here.
Okay.
All right, you want to head out to Amsterdam?
We're going to Amsterdam, where they may welcome us misbehaving.
That's true. Even Johnny Butters can get along there.
He was born there. Goodbye.
And he'll die there. See ya.